Hi friends, this is Tammy. We are going to do a really fun and quick and easy craft using this plastic white Dollar Tree frame, wood jumbo craft sticks, and a little wooden home sign, all from Dollar Tree. So to start with, I'm using burnt umber paint by Apple Barrel, and since it's a plastic frame, it's easier if you just kind of pounce the paint on just lightly. And so I'm doing that just really lightly all over, and then I'll dry it, and then I'll do it again. And I do this, I gave it probably a little over 2 coats. I mean, I did 2 coats and then dabbed a couple extra spots at the end. And then I'm just drying it really well. And I like the look that it gave it. It kind of up close looks like leather, kind of. I really like the pounced look on it. And then I thought, since it's plastic, I thought it might chip off easily. So I'm going to put Mod Podge on it, just a layer on it to seal it all in. And I think that will make it more durable. Realized I didn't have enough on there, so I'm just going to try to get the whole thing covered with Mod Podge. And then I'm going to use my little heating tool to give it a quick dry, thorough dry. Just completely coating it. Mod Podge really is great. It's used for so much more than just decoupage. You know, it's a glue, it's a sealer. It just really is a versatile and inexpensive product. So here I'm using my heating tool that I got on Temu and just giving it a good dry, and then I'm setting that aside. So now I'm taking the backing and I'm taking my craft sticks. And I had already cut the one end off, and so now I'm just, that's what I'm doing there, is cutting the one end off. And then I will measure them against the backing, the chipboard backing to the frame, to see where I need to cut the other end, what length I need. So I'll cut this first one, and then I measure all the others against that one. I thought it'd be easier just to put a little pin mark on each one of them. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm just marking them all, and then I'm going to cut that end off. And then I'm going to paint each of these, just the one side that will show, Folk Art Antique White paint. And so I'm just using a makeup sponge, and I'm just getting the one end, and then not the end that I'm holding with my fingers. Then I'll set it down, and I'll do all 10 of them that way. And it did take about 10 sticks to cover the whole frame. So I'll get those dry, and then I hold that painted end and get the other side painted, the other end. And once I get them all completely dry or painted, then I will dry them. Now I'm using my Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink, and I'm going along all the edges, but mainly the two long edges on each side. And then when I'm going to glue them right next to each other on the mat, it kind of looks like shiplap. That's kind of the look I was going for. Just a small version of shiplap boards. So after I get all these distressed on all the edges, I'm going to hot glue them onto the mat, the back mat that goes into the frame. And then when I try to put it into the frame, Some of the pieces are a little too long, and so I have to trim it up a little bit. And I was trimming them up here, but even after I get them glued on, I still have to do some more trimming. Just kind of holding them in there and making sure they fit in there. And they cut fairly easy with my scissors, but I can't imagine that it's very good on my scissors. I imagine it's going to dull them out. But they are just Dollar Tree scissors, so I'm not out too much. So you can see here that I'm putting them right up against each other, and you can see the edges that they're darker. And that's kind of the look I was going for, just kind of a more shiplap is what keeps coming to mind. And this is a 5x7 frame, I believe. And so 10 sticks fit perfectly. Okay, now I go to pull off all those glue strings, and I realize that it's still not quite fitting in there, so I have to do a little bit more trimming of the little sticks. A couple different times actually. But I eventually get it in there and it works just fine. So now I'm just pushing those metal pins back down. And I had set it on my white dusty stuff, so I had to pick that off. And now this is a wood home sign. They come in a 2-pack from Dollar Tree. And so I'm just using ink paint by Waverly. It's chalk paint. Just another makeup sponge, and I'm just dabbing it on there. Getting the whole thing covered, then I'll dry it real quick. And then I'm going to sand it and rough it up a little bit. It just lightens it up a little bit, gives the edges a little definition, and kind of takes the shine out of it. And I that's what I wanted. I didn't really want the shine on top of the word. So when you're sanding these words, some of the letters are held together by just a thin little piece of wood. So you have to hold it very, very carefully when you're sanding certain parts of the letters. You don't want to break your wood piece. And I speak from experience. On another project, I about tore my word in half doing the same thing. Just trying to decide right where I want it. Now I'm just going to put hot glue all over it and glue it right in the center there. It's cute. It would be cute just left like that, but I'm going to put a little buffalo check bow in this center. So I'm just doing the awareness ribbon, and then you kind of crunch up the middle center there and pull your tails where you need them. And this works especially well with the wired ribbon that I'm using. Then I just cut a little bit of the thin twine and wrap it around the center a few times. And I tie it in a knot in the back and then cut off the excess. Just kind of arrange it and fluff up the bow. Try to decide how long I need those tails. Then I'm doing the ducktail ends. And I'm just going to glue it right on that corner there. Then I took some boxwood leaves greenery picks that I got picked up at Walmart. So I just took off 2 off the stems. And I'm just going to glue one out to the side on top and then one down the side on the right. Trying to decide where I need it. I have to cut off the edge of this one a little bit. It stuck out a little bit further than I wanted it to. Just holding it there until it dries. Then I thought it needed a button. I have these little heart wooden buttons. I'm just going to put right in the center of the bow. And I love how it turned out. And that's it for this project. I really appreciate you watching. Look for links to items I used below. And please like and subscribe to my channel. And thank you so much. Have a whimsical day.